We are continuing to follow breaking news here in Milwaukee tonight at 10. A police officer is in the hospital after being shot multiple times. It happened near 21st and St. Paul.
And not far from where that officer was shot, people were evacuated out of Sobelman's near 16th and St. Paul. There was also another scene on the Marquette University campus near 17th and Clybourne. Students there asked to stay inside. We have team coverage for you tonight. Reporters on the ground covering each scene and following this breaking news from several angles.
CBS 58's Adam Rife leads our team coverage. He's live near the scene after a news conference from MPD officials and the acting mayor. Adam.
Well, that news conference wrapped up just a few moments ago. We'll start with some positive information on that 26-year-old officer. Chief Jeffrey Norman says that he is progressing in the right direction. He would not confirm exactly his status or give details on that officer's injuries at this time, but after being shot 3 times, we are hearing that is better. He is in a better situation this evening. We also learned about the narrative of what happened when that officer was called to a wellness check just a few blocks behind me here on St. Paul. There was a driver slumped over in a vehicle. When the officer arrived to check on that person, the person got out of the car. There was an exchange of gunfire after he showed a firearm. That's when the officer was hit, so was the suspect. The suspect got into the squad car and took off. And that's when we get to the second scene at 17th and Clybourne, when that suspect crashed into another car and then was taken into custody. That officer, again, taken to the hospital. He is progressing in the right direction, we were told. I asked Chief Norman if there's any indication that this officer may have been lured to the scene. If the person slumped over was playing or was trying to get the officer there, he said he'd like to think no, but again, it's a fluid situation and they are still investigating. A big theme in the past couple of weeks has been community policing and the community helping each other with record gun violence in the city of Milwaukee. After 2 years of record violence numbers, January started off incredibly violent. Not only we had 3 law enforcement shootings so far, we've also had several people all throughout the city being shot. And we asked Mayor Johnson about how the city can start working on this issue or continue to work on this issue. He said there's no excuse for people not to help. Take a listen.
And if you don't want to call police directly, you can call their emergency, or I'm sorry, their tip line, their anonymous tip line. If you don't want to talk to the tip line, you can call Crime Stoppers, also anonymously. You don't want to call Crime Stoppers or the tip line, you can call the Office of Violence Prevention. You don't want to call Crime Stoppers, the tip line, the Office of Violence Prevention, you can call your alderman, but you need to say something.
And again, several resources available for anyone in the community to help, not just in this situation, but any situation in their neighborhoods. We have a lot of those resources on the screen right now and also on the website at cbs58.com. Now, Mayor Johnson did say that he is asking for help from the state capitol. He said Milwaukee needs help from the legislature. We look forward to pressing him on details of what he's asking for and also hearing from Madison about how they can help the city as well. And one thing that stuck with us here after this news conference is Chief Norman said, how can you attract people to become officers? How can you ask people to protect this city when this is what happens? How can people feel safe when law enforcement officers are those getting shot right now? Again, this is a very complex issue with very complex solutions. In the next several weeks and months, we will be pressing these officials on how this will get fixed. We'll send it back to you for now. As soon as we have more information, you'll see it right there on cbs58.com.